Eden.
Brock.
Spell onomatopoeia.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Onomatopoeia. All right. This is like a canonically hard word to spell. So let me see if I
You just said a canonically hard word to say. Okay, Eden,
all right,
one
here
more
we go.
time.
Okay.
Onomatopoeia.
Can I get the root? No. Country of origin? No, I think it's Greek anyway. Also, that means it would be nonsense to me. So, all right, onomatopoeia. O-N-O-M-A-T. I. Wait, no, hold on. Let me go back. T-O-E-P-E-I-A.
Good. You got all the letters in there. I think they were a little jumbled, but you did get them all. So you were good up until T-O-P-O-E-I-A.
Oh,
the
so
Pia is
all
hard.
of the vowels, except
Literally
for you,
all the
are
vowels.
in the last.
Well, Eden, we're going to recap episode 116, The Bee, with someone who I'm thrilled to see. Aaron Branch, he played Otis, the bellhop, in our spinoff.
This is a little bit of a different format from our other episodes, a little bit of a departure. So we're trying something new. I'm very excited. Aaron is the perfect first guest to do this with because he is so much fun. So all that and more. So let's get to middling. Welcome to Middling with Eden and Brock, where we break down an episode of the middle each and every week. Brock,
How are you?
your episode of Doctor Odyssey aired last week.
It sure did.
And the only reason I haven't seen it is because we're recording this in the past. And so it actually airs tomorrow from now.
Correct.
Otherwise, I would be telling you how amazing you were. But I am very excited to see it. And I hope that all of you listeners in the future did, in fact, watch it. Because I know I can safely say that Brock was amazing.
You're very sweet. You're very sweet. Well, now it will have aired by the time this comes out. It's good. The show's crazy. I'll go on record and say the show is insanity. We turned yellow because we ate sweet potatoes, and they think it's the next coronavirus pandemic.
I'm genuinely excited to watch. Like, I'm genuinely excited that you have given me an excuse to see at least one episode of this show because your pictures were nuts.
Just Eden in the middle of me filming, she was just in the middle of a Wednesday. She texts me, she goes, "Can you send me a yellow photo real quick?" I was like in my body paint, and she was like, I just need a photo of you in your yellow.
I just thought it was I thought it was rude that you hadn't sent me updates of your makeup journey because you sent me pictures from the screen or like the makeup test, and then I was like,
right.
I need to know I need to see the real deal, and it was even more nuts. You looked even more disturbing.
Right, because they had to go in and put like dark circles under my eyes and give me splotches and do all the things. You saw level 1 in the makeup test, and then the level 3 is that one that I sent you from the day. But yeah, I'm excited to see it too. So if you're listening to this now, go watch it on Hulu. It'll be there. Mm-hmm. Are we allowed to say? Do we know? Do people know that you're going to be in Night Court?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if people know, but we're definitely allowed to say it. I've been screaming it from the mountaintops. Great. I haven't
You know what I'm gonna
actually I haven't posted.
You know what I'm gonna scream from the mountaintops is that Eden told me a little story. It was kind of serendipitous. We both filmed our things at the same time. We both got these jobs, and Eden, it was offered to her. Hello, that's iconic.
It was.
That's what you get for being a Critics' Choice Award winner and a SAG Award nominee.
I mean, little do people know that I'll just pretty much, with the exception of like 0.1% of things, if you offer me a job, I will take it.
You're like, good. Can I put it towards my child's education? I'll do it.
Yes, literally. I'm like, I need healthcare. Like, I need health insurance. Sure. And it just so happened to be a fantastic week. And I love multicam. I love it. It's a totally different beast. And I just great week. Everyone there was so great. I got to introduce my mom to John Larroquette, which was huge because she's a huge mega super fan. And Melissa Rauch is just like chef's kiss. What a fantastic like ideal number one on a call sheet. And did I tell you, or did I say on air? Did I tell you my story, my Wendie Malick story?
No.
So I grew up on Just Shoot Me, like as we all did. So like when I saw her, I felt like I was like, I know her name is Wendie Malick. I know that she's had an illustrious career, but I was like, oh my God, it's Nina. Oh my God, it's the real. Oh my God. So I completely understand when people are like, oh my God, it's Sue. And I'm like, I'm Eden, but like, I totally get it. I totally get it. And so I was like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to not go up to her. Like, I'm not going to do that. And so I was like, I didn't have any scenes with her, but I was like, hi, I just want to tell you that I love you. Like, I love you so much. I love you so much. I grew up on Just Shoot Me. And she was like, oh, of course you did. And that sounds, I just realized that makes it sound like I'm like that was bad. She was so sweet. She was like, because she was right. Of course I did. Yeah. And she was like, that is so, so kind of you. Cut to the next day. I feel like I want to be very clear, so clear up front that this is not me. I am not talking I'm not saying anything bad about Wendie Malick. She is a queen. Kind, but also total like queen, like totally whatever you expect. So the next day, I'm wearing shorts because it was hot out. It was like really hot out, and I really don't wear shorts, and I am translucent. Like I am I'm just a very pale, pasty. You're
never
person.
Stepping out of the house with anything less than 75 SPF.
It's 75 Korean skincare. We're talking, so like the good stuff. So I walk onto set, and she goes, oh, you don't go out in the sun much, do you? And I was like, I don't. You're right. And I was like, oh my God, Wendie Malick just commented on my body. Like she sees me. Gosh. She saw me. Oh. And the best part, the kicker to all this is that the day that we're filming, because on Multicam you rehearse for 3 days and then you shoot on Thursday and Friday, and I showed up all 5 days. And so on Thursday she sees me in wardrobe. She goes, oh my God, oh, you're actually the girl. She thought I was the stand-in or someone.
She hadn't seen ABC's The Middle?
No, and that is fine with me. She saw me, she noticed me, she made a comment about me. I love her. I love her so much.
That is so sweet. I love her. And I also just like meeting, because like meeting people that like you've looked up to or that you finally work with them is great. Like John Stamos is in the episode of Doctor Odyssey, and meeting him for the first time, he is such a specific energy, and it's exactly what I wanted from him. Just a little ball of energy and just magnetic. It's a crazy thing. And like, Philippa Sue, she started in Broadway for Hamilton.
Yes.
Oh my God, she is a living doll. And so, I mean, Broadway queen, Broadway star. And so we're sitting in our chairs as they're doing a lighting setup, and we're talking, and then somehow, some way, Spring Awakening comes into conversation. And what does she do? She takes her sides and she stands up and she starts singing a little bit of Spring Awakening in the hallway. And I was like, the moment I was like, just being so chill and so cool about it. The moment they were like, all right, Pippa, we're ready for you. And she was like, okay, great. And she went and walked away. I texted Cameron. I was like, you're never going to believe what I just witnessed and what I just heard with my 2 ear holes. And she sang for me. Joshua Jackson is so attractive and so nice and so, and so professional. But I mean, I wrote because when you're when you're a guest star, you just like, you come in, you come out, their lives continue because they're working on the next episode by the time you're walking out the door. But I wrote Pippa, as we call her, just a little note saying everyone was nice, but she really took the time to, like, while we're sitting there, look you in the eye, put her phone down and say, "What's up? How are you? Tell me about yourself." A really nice, easy conversation. So I just wrote her a little note, and I had the AD leave it in her trailer saying, like, I thank you. I was like, I've been kind of where you are, like where I've been the figure who has been on the show, and then people come in and out. So I was like, knowing that how you do that and how it made me feel, I was like, thank you. And then she wrote me on Instagram and said, "You're welcome."
Oh my God, she did?
She sure did.
That is so wonderful.
So wonderful. But it was a blast, because also too, there was Cheyenne Jackson's in the episode, and I know Cheyenne Jackson personally, a guy named Johnny Sibley who is incredible. We were on the same gay kickball team. He was in the episode. So it was such a fun time all around. Bob the drag queen got his hair lit on fire, his wig. It was incredible.
Oh, that's right. Bob the drag queen was in it.
Oh yeah. Did I send you the photo of the stunt double? A literal, like, dude who didn't know how to walk in heels to save his life, but he was the one that had to look like Bob and get all done up, and then was the one that actually got his wig lit on fire. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see this. I hope everyone knows exactly what he's talking about. I hope everyone is like, yes. I'm so I'm so excited. I'm so glad we both had such positive experiences.
Yeah.
And we met, like, it's like they say never meet your idols, but, like, sometimes meet your idols.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Sometimes there are, I won't forget it. And I should say about Wendie Malick at the end, like, after we were filming, she was genuinely so sweet the whole week. And so sweet, not even thinking I was an actor. She thought I was a stand-in, and she was so sweet to me. And at the end, she did say, she was like, "You are funny. You're funny." And then she walked away. And I was like, "Thank you." Thanks, Wendie Malick.
I love Hot in Cleveland.
Brock, we got some follow-ups.
We sure did.
And I'm not talking doctor's appointments. I'm talking about Eileen Heisler from the other week after she listened to our episode 114, the interview. She texted us or emailed to let us know that this is part of the message, so I'm going to read it now. The entire historian story, that was not meant to be read out loud.
Whoa.
The entire historian story. But the entire running for class historian storyline was based on a totally true story about my son, Justin, her son, Justin, who ran for historian with pretty much that exact speech that, of course, I helped him write. Eileen helped him write. He won and became the worst historian ever.
I love hearing that. Also, something that she wrote us is that from that same episode where we were interviewing Ken, she's like, first and foremost, I adore Ken. Ken is amazing and wonderful, and she's like, I need to tell him that. But then she said from the Ken interview where you're talking about the bear from Forced Family Fun, the episode he directed where you guys go camping. She goes, "The bear. I remember we were all pretty scared to have it on set. I remember when we were getting ready to shoot the scene, the handlers were hitting what appeared to be a wire fence into the ground. And we said, 'Is that electric?' And they said, 'Well, the bear thinks it's electric.'" What? We were terrified. Werner, the line producer, and I watched filming from way far away behind a trailer. The bear thinks it's electric.
That sounds scary. I can't help it. I read that and I'm like, oh, that poor bear. That's just me. That's also probably a very Sue thought. But I was like, oh no, like he thought that's so mean. That's so mean from the bear.
What history must have to think it's electric?
Yeah. But yes, very funny. Funny. We also got a message from Christina Parsons, living legend, who worked in the props department. She also listened to our recap of 114, which is so nice that people are actually listening from the show. I hope they're enjoying it. And she had this to say. Just watched your interview, the name of the episode. Okay, wait. And this is what she had to say. Just watched your interview episode, and I had totally forgotten about it, but yes, can confirm. We had to redo some of the posters because Eileen thought they were too good. Good. I'm glad I remembered that. Correctly. And between that and the pink donut box, I can't imagine how close we came to getting fired / not asked back after season 1. Glad we didn't and figured out how to get the ladies' approval. That's all of us.
That's us too, Christina.
Yeah.
And then additionally from last week's episode, we stand corrected, Eden. In the middle minutes, we thought that Bruce wasn't part of the actual staff. You thought he was a freelancer. But Eileen wrote us and said, fact check, Bruce Rasmussen, wonderful writer, was not a freelancer. He was a supervising producer and co-executive producer on the show in season 1 because they had worked together in Roseanne and they wanted him to stay longer, but he was writing dramas at the time.
Wow. It shows what I don't remember a damn thing. This makes sense. Oopsie. I'm so sorry, Bruce, if you're listening. Yeah. He's too busy. He's not listening.
I really do like getting these like emails and messages from crew members and the showrunners and stuff. That it's really nice to have their memories in the podcast as well, even if they're not guests on the episode.
Completely agree. I feel like it keeps it feels like a communal thing. It feels more like like we're sharing with the masses our experience, but then it's this like cycle, this feedback thing of people from the show also listening and being like, wait, I've got another thing. And it's like, ooh, community pod.
Ooh.
So on that note, we have to announce that our next live watch is going to be this Sunday, November 24th at 2 p.m. Our new time, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because my kids stopped napping, and so 2 p.m. is better. And we have a very special guest, the one and only Lyndon Smith.
Ooh.
I am so excited. So excited.
Oh, she's great. And you guys like have kept in touch.
Yeah, you were like, can you DM Lyndon Smith? And I was like, I can text her 5 seconds ago. Of course I can text. Because we did a movie together.
Yes, you sure did. I forget, did you do the movie after she was on The Middle?
Yes. So we already knew each other. And then we basically were in like summer camp together and we became quite close.
Oh, she's great because we crossed paths only in one episode. She was in 2 episodes. So Lyndon Smith played the roommate from hell when Sue went to college. So the episode we're going to watch with her when she's sitting here on this couch is her debut, which is the top of season 7. I have to go double check what episode number that actually is, but it's episode 2, I believe it is. Season 7, episode 2. So if you want to be there, and honey, you should. You need to subscribe to the Ehlert's exclusive tier on Patreon. So that's patreon.com/middlingpod. It's going to be a blast. We'll see you at 2 p.m. And as always, Eden, if they want to get selected for trivia, which who in the right mind wouldn't want to get selected for trivia, what episode of the podcast should they listen to?
This episode, baby.
You better believe it. This episode. And with that, Eden, should we do some middle minutes?
Let's do some middle minutes. So today we are recapping episode 116, The Bee. Here is what happens in this episode. When Mike discovers that Brick is a spelling whiz, of course he is, and won the school spelling bee, he puts all his efforts into training him to win the regional bee, which could ultimately lead to competing in the Scripps spelling bee. It's the national spelling bee, right? Yeah, I just watched the episode. I should know that. But as the family gets set for their road trip to Chicago for the regional bee, Frankie and Mike are horrified when they realize they forgot one thing. Can you guess it? It's Sue's birthday.
It sure is. This was written by Wyatt. It's why it was so freaking funny. The creators of The Middle, Eileen Heisler and Deanne Helene, and was directed by resident stud muffin Ken Whittingham.
Of course it was. There's a classic, if you watch the episode, there's a classic Ken Crane shot. It was a solidifying, it was an iconic episode for season 1. We've got guest cast. We've got Chris Kattan as Bob, who Brock and I are pretty sure was somehow cut out of the episode because he's just in the scene with no lines.
No words.
Like there must have been some line that was cut. And then we're at Ehlert, so we have Brian Doyle Murray as Mr. Ehlert. We have Kiva Jump as Mrs. Thomas, Dwayne R. Shepard as the judge, Keith Gerchak, I think, as the announcer. Yeah, okay. And Jill E. Alexander as Penny. Oh, no, and also, no, there's more. Next page. We have Ryan Agahi as Sanjeet and Greg Kaysan as kid number 1.
This aired on Wednesday, March 3rd, 2010 at 8:30, 7:30 Central, which we had because our last episode aired, it was the Valentine's Day episode, so that was like second week of February. The reason there was such a long gap, Eden, was because the Vancouver Olympics were happening. I lied. 2010 Olympics. Was that Vancouver? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I don't know. But the Winter Olympics, the Winter Olympics were happening. And then we came back on March 3rd once they were all finished and the medals were handed out. And we came back on March 3rd with 5.89 million viewers. So a dip. And I'm guessing that's because we were off for 2 weeks because they're like, oh wait, shows are back on? Oh.
Well, they were like, they probably tuned in. They were like, Olympics? What the hell is this? This is not my Olympics. Until they remembered.
Christy Yamaguchi do a triple axel.
Top movie of the week, just to continue this time capsule, is Shutter Island. I don't remember this movie at all. What is this? Oh,
Leonardo DiCaprio, who just celebrated his 50th birthday with every celebrity in Hollywood.
Oh, okay. Is he okay?
I mean, based on the photos I saw from TMZ, he looks great. He's having the time of his life. He's enjoying 50.
Is he like a good person? Do we know that? Do we know anything about Leo?
Well, I think you would really like him because he's very, me too, environmentally, like, he cares very much about the environment. Like, that is
That's
like
right.
his thing.
He's vegan. I know that.
Yeah.
So we've got that in common.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't think you're dating someone half your age, but, no. Checks and balances.
Yes. Yeah, checks. You can't. I guess you can't win them all. I hope he's like at least nice though.
Yeah, I would hope so. Well,
here's hoping. Anyway, the top song of the week is "I'm a Bee" by the Black Eyed Peas. Right? It doesn't repeat like "I'm a bee, I'm a bee, I'm a bee." Isn't that?
Yeah, that was it. I'm a bee. 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 Ask me to sing any more of it, I couldn't tell you. But it's the song that finally dethroned Tick Tock on the clock. Yeah.
Wow.
She's gone.
Wow.
She's at number 2.
And I know that this is it's so funny to me every time we read these now because I know for a fact that my father-in-law, after we say this, or after he hears this, he goes on Spotify and listens to this song. So tomorrow or after this airs, he's gonna text me being like, I like, here's how the song goes, and send me a link to it or something.
Oh, I love that. Love that.
I know.
My dog I need to meet your father-in-law.
You should. He is so funny. He's what a funny man.
Okay, Eden. So those are the middle minutes, and when we come back, we're doing something new, something different, something kooky and crazy. We're breaking down the episode with Aaron Branch.
Yay! So today we are doing something very special. We are recapping today's episode with a blazing hot talent. He is doing stand-up every which way. He's doing it there. He's doing it here. He's doing it over up north, down south, east west, all over. You cannot get rid of him as you wouldn't want to. He is making people giggle all over the country. You might know him. As your future celebrity crush. Mm-hmm. Or you might know him from Netflix's Unstable, where he starred alongside Rob Lowe brilliantly. And of course, my sweet spot. He played the bellhop in our unaired spin-off pilot, Susu in the City. The tragedy of the century. Here with us today, the fantastic, can't emphasize this enough, fantastic Aaron Branch.
Oh,
God.
Baby.
That was amazing. Thank you so much.
Well, you deserve it.
My ego is huge right now. This is insane.
Oh, good.
Good.
Oh,
it
good.
Should be. And I will just say, because I've said this off mic a bunch, just one more thing about Aaron Branch. Brock and I were his first introduction to Los Angeles.
Literally,
yeah.
Man.
Literally, like you were not even supposed to, you were only supposed to come out for the audition for the pilot, right?
It's insane. Like I was only supposed to come out for the screen test, and I actually was prepared just to go back to Chicago, and I ended up just like staying the entire time. I
wasn't allowed to, which is kind of what happened to Brock, which is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
With him in the middle.
Yeah. for the middle, like way back. But yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
But I wasn't allowed to. We had a hard time casting your role. Like I read with a lot of people, and I remember G was like, "I found someone. He's from Chicago," and we were like, "This has to be it. He's literally from Chicago. Like this has to." But we were like, "I don't know. Like maybe we're just gonna cut the role from the pilot because we can't find anyone."
Insane.
And then you came in, and I was like, "Oh, so this is just it. This is absolutely it." And even if it was like, even if you don't get this, which you are, I couldn't say to you, I couldn't be like, "You're not going home." I wasn't allowed to, obviously. But I was like,
It's clear. It's obvious.
It's so obvious. And I was like, I am witnessing the birth of, like, I can't believe I'm going to be able to say, like, yeah, I did a pilot with him. It didn't go, but not because of him.
That's so sweet of you to say, Eden. You have no idea. That entire experience was insane. But that specific moment, I don't know if you guys know this also. After I did the chem test with you, I was waiting outside. You guys were all deliberating in the room. And then G just comes out and was like, "Do you want to see the studio?" And I was like, "Sure." I am like anxious the entire time.
Oh, of course.
So he takes me around to the, like, throughout the entire WB lot. I'm seeing like the Friends coffee shop. I'm seeing like the Aquaman stuff. And then we get to the very end. We've been walking for like 45 minutes to an hour at this point. And he goes, "Oh, by the way, you got the role." And I was like, what is going on right now? The coolest moment, but one of the most anxious filling moments, because I've been wanting that for so long, and I was so starstruck to like meet you, and then later I met Brock, and then that entire situation was insane.
How did this come into your life? Like, you had an agent in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
And they were just like, so what happened? Walk us through it.
So basically, I was working at a hotel at the time as a bellman.
Really?
And
I remember that.
I was working as a bellman at a hotel, and I had just graduated college. And this was like one of the first like LA auditions. Like in Chicago, it's like mainly like local things. And so I got the audition probably in like July or like August, like super early on. And I did the audition in my bellman outfit and then never heard anything. And then at the same time, like, a lot was happening. We were putting on shows in Chicago. I went to like a breakup. Like, there was like months had passed. And then all of a sudden, I got a call that was like, "Hey, they want to see you again." I did the call back again in my bellman outfit. And then the next day, they're like, "Hey, come out to LA and let's do a chem test." And I was like, this is actually insane. That was my first job out of college.
That's crazy. We were talking to Eileen and Deanne. We interviewed them, the creators and showrunners, and they were saying that the whole process felt so frantic. So like you have this audition, and then the moment they're like, "We got to get this cast," I'm sure it was just like, "Well, we got to get him out here. We got to fly him out here. We got to cast this role." And I'll bet you $1 million that like G walked out of that meeting knowing that what the conclusion they were going to come to, and he was like, "I'm going to show him what his home is going to be for the next hopefully 9 years." Exactly. Just knowing that they were on their way to making that decision already, and obviously they did.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, not only was the experience amazing, I think what I realized even after the fact, how lucky I was to be able to meet you guys. Like, you guys know how LA is in general, and sets can be a medley of things. But I got very spoiled for my first experience to be such a non-toxic environment of very like, and I was unstable was the same exact thing also, but specifically also like starting off LA with you guys in this very like nice environment. It very much felt like a family. Everyone was so friendly, and I got to know you guys a little bit better. And I just feel really lucky because of that. You guys really showed me the right way.
Do you remember at lunch, Chris Diamatopoulos huddled all of us together, all 5 of us, and he was like, "Guys, this is going to go, and also let's make a pact to not be assholes."
Yeah. That was the best.
It was the best. It was the best.
It was just he was so wonderful. I was like, "Oh, we really don't have a single bad apple in the bunch. Like, we are actually, holy moly, like we even our like manic, egotistical character, not that he's egotistical, but like even that guy is just such a sweetheart.
Insane.
And yeah, tragic. Didn't go.
You've seen the pilot, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
saw the
I know
entire
you
thing.
won't say it, but I'm going to say it for what I know Eden and I are thinking. You are you are the standout. You made me laugh so hard. Because we have like, what was nice is that we had like Eden anchor. She's like the familiar face that the audience has walked into. But then when they're introduced into her new world, baby, you were the shining star of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I
that's so
mean that.
sweet of you to say. I think that pilot haunts me to this day. It's so funny when you go through periods with like no work, and then I always think in the back of my mind, I'm like, maybe the pilot still might go, because I think I would.
Okay,
really,
well, take us through.
really
You land on Unstable with one of the biggest stars in Hollywood,
was
Rob
insane.
Lowe.
That was insane.
How was that?
That entire experience was not only incredible, but it was so serendipitous, especially after going through an entire like arc. I feel like in LA, like I lived in an artist commune, which Eden also came over. And
Yeah, I remember.
And I also brought her a compost from it.
That's right.
Yeah,
You did. Did you? You brought me food too, though, right?
yeah, I did. Well, like right after you had your babies, I brought like over like a big thing of like fruit over to your house also.
Yeah, it was like a
that I got from
cornucopia.
like Joshua Tree or whatever. Yeah, it was insane. But which also shows how awesome you guys are, because we all have remained friends, which is insane. But yeah, that entire thing happened. It was fresh out of the pandy, and I was starting to get a lot more director sessions because things were like opening back up. And I went out for a couple of things, then nothing stuck. And then I went out for Unstable, and then I was pinned. I got a producer session, and then they told me no, and I was like, okay, cool. So then I just kept living my life. And then again, a month later, they got back with me, did another director session. I booked it, and then that turned out to be in a really, really awesome ride too. Like the lows were fantastic, and all of our supporting cast was fantastic, and that was just a really fun experience, because with you guys, I got to like shoot a TV show, and then I had some co-stars and guest stars in between there, but and then to actually be able to do 2 seasons of a show, I was like, this is just a dream. This is a dream. So now going for 3 the next time. That's the goal.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the goal.
You're going in the right. Your trajectory is in the right direction.
Aaron
Exactly.
Branch, you almost made me crash my car about 6 months ago, Aaron Branch. You did.
How?
Oh right,
Eden
I
knows
got a
this.
voice memo
It's
about
about-
this. Yeah.
It's about
What
7:10
happened?
a.m. I'm on Sunset Boulevard, and whose face do I see illuminate on the Laugh Factory? You. Frantically trying to get my phone and call Eden and get a picture. And there's a red light coming up. And
Oh, that's so
I almost
funny.
crashed my car because I was trying to take a picture of your face.
Oh my gosh, you're so sweet for that. I am sorry about that. I'm
No,
so
no,
sorry. I'm
it's-
happy you
it's
didn't
okay.
die. I'm really happy.
Me too.
I'm
Me
so
too.
happy about that. And that's been super fun also. I just feel like all these things have like come together now to where I'm like getting on more shows and doing more stand-up, and yeah, I just feel really lucky. I'm in a really good place.
If people don't follow you on Instagram, they absolutely need to, because the little sound bites you post of your stand-up is so funny. You're so good.
Yeah.
You're so good.
It's really good.
You
I
guys
was
are
telling
making me feel-
Aaron
you guys are making me
off
feel
mic.
too good. We can't do this.
No.
with you.
You should if you don't if you leave this hour, like if nothing else, just leave knowing that you have at least two giant fans. Two
Yep.
giant fans.
You guys are so And I feel the same way about you guys also, legitimately also. Like when I first saw the poster for Bros, I was like really excited and just like so happy for you, Brock. And
Oh,
then
that's so
also
sweet. Thank you.
Sincerely, like, and then also the way that you're seeing the first iteration of your show, Eden, and then also now having several friends that actually have went to go see the show. We've like compared notes, and like, I don't know, you're just doing a really great job. And also, you had my friend Alexis Bradley open up for you also.
Was
and
literally.
Alexis,
That's what I was gonna say. Well,
She's
first of all,
fantastic.
I was gonna say, and I forgot to mention that Aaron was one of the few. I had like 12 or 14. I don't remember. I had a handful of people come before my like bigger workshop before I was it's so funny that I was so comfortable. I mean, I'm super comfortable with you, Brock, but I wanted you to see a little bit more polished of a version. I had people like do like a pre workshop of my show to like I wanted to get real notes. I had like a whole questionnaire. And I had Aaron. I was like, Aaron, I want your like real input. So you saw a crazy, really not what the show is, but like a workshop of it, and you gave obviously fantastic notes,
and it was already so good, like so good, Eden.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about your stand-up, talking about like you were just all up in my algorithm, and like watching your stand-up evolve, and especially like you and I know what it's like to sort of, you have to really cultivate, when you're cultivating your voice in live performance, it's not just like, well, I'm funny in real life, so like obviously I'm just gonna go on stage and talk. Like, it's not that. It's very specific. And I was gonna say I had Alexis open for me.
So cool.
Alexis Bradby, she's also fantastic. I had her open for me, and she was like, wait, you know Aaron. Also, she knows Brock. It was so.
She's so talented. She is so dope, and she just moved to New York like a year ago, but she's already killing it out there, which is amazing.
It was beschert. I don't know if you know what that means, Yiddish. It just like was meant to be, because I was so I needed an opener like immediately. And then my friend Karama, who is also amazing, she's a writer, she's not a stand-up, but she was like, oh, you know, my friend, I was like, is anyone on the East Coast? And she was like, oh, text my friend Alexis. And then Alexis was great. And then she was like, you know, Aaron Branch. And then I was like, oh my God, I love Aaron. And we both were like, he is so weird, right? Like, I know.
I love it.
I was like, he's so funny. We were like, I know that's what it was. He's so funny. We were like, yeah, he's such a weirdo. And it was perfect.
A complete weirdo. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm happy it was beautiful to connect. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
Aaron, you're here. We could talk to you all day, but we need to put you to work. You came here to work. You came here to recap this with us.
Let's do it.
So, episode 116, The Bee, Aaron Branch. First thoughts.
Heartwarming. Second thoughts, I have to say, this is going to sound so nerdy. The shot selection for that entire episode, it was like cinematic at points. Like there's a point where you guys are in, I don't want to give too much away, but you guys are in the motel room, and it's just like a wide on the entire room, and you guys are having a full-on conversation, complaining to each other. And I'm like, this is the reason why I love the middle in the first place. I had forgotten. It's so funny. Hysterical.
As you were like, it's cinematic, I was like, wait a second, who directed this episode again? Of course.
You know.
Of course, it was Ken Whittingham.
He would love you.
Yeah.
He's incredible, man. And works on every single classic comedy that I feel like I've just loved over the years.
Yeah.
Every single one. He's so good. Of course this was Ken. Of course it was Ken. Yeah, I kind of feel the same. There were so many. I think this was one of the first episodes. It wasn't the first episode that we had like a stills photographer, but seeing this episode again, I was like, oh, there are a lot of shots, like stills from this show that I feel like they were like sort of defined the first season. I think it's also because there are a lot of scenes with all five of us, which there hasn't been. I can't like this season aside from even the holiday episodes, it's not like the whole story. Basically, there was one storyline the whole time, and it was all five of us the whole time. Yeah. And I think that's why it was sort of like, oh, this is gonna be defining in a good or bad way. Like it's either gonna solidify that, like, oh yeah, there's a big we've got it, or it's gonna really be like, ooh, we need to work on this dynamic and this. And I do feel like it really did like, oh yeah, we got it. We got it.
Totally. And these stills photographers, they would come in. We shoot 5 days a week, and they would maybe be there for 1 or 2 days on like select days. And I'll bet you why, because in those car scenes specifically, it's not like you've had family scenes, but it was hard to get an entire scene or like capture promo bite-sized material with all five of you in that frame. And there's so much stuff I can remember from this episode that they used from that stuff in the car. I also remember Charlie like slinging back and opening that cot. That was in every promo.
It's so funny.
Yes. I mean, it took a lot. So good. All right, so let's get to it. Let's start the actual recap. Here we go. The episode starts. Frankie is at work. And guess what? She is given a promotion. Ehlert says he has some line that says, good, your promotion.
It was very sexist. It was a very sexist line.
Super, yes. Shock.
So sexist.
Some sexist line, some misogynistic, being like, I'm going to put you to work.
America is treating its cars like an old wife it's sick of sleeping with. 'Cause maybe she's gained a little weight or stopped taking care of herself. No offense, Francis.
She is now the customer relations supervisor at Ehlert's. And her first task, of course, handwriting 5,000 birthday cards to the cars that they have sold.
My God.
I could never.
I didn't quite understand, because I don't know if you know, Aaron. I'm watching these like pretty much for the first time.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, because you said there was a moment where you stopped watching it, didn't you?
yeah, I stopped watching after season 2, but these episodes because I hadn't watched since they literally aired, so I have so little memory. I had to stop. I had to be like, wait, what did he just? I was like, what's happening right now? And then I realized, I was like, oh, it is just to the cars. That's I felt like anxiety from it.
What am I missing? What? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
birthday cards to the cars. Insane.
And they must have cut Bob out of the episode because he was there but didn't have dialogue. So I'm sure they trimmed him. Because why would they put him there? He just stood there.
Oh yeah, he didn't have one line.
Not a single line.
Charlie was not in the episode for the entire first act, I think.
I have the timestamp, 7 minutes and 47 seconds, because I wrote that down too. It was in the car.
I was like, where the hell? Okay, there we go. Yeah, which is also a classic Charlie week. He just comes in like probably 2 days.
At home, Frankie tells Mike he has to go help out at Brick's class. And Sue not so subtly asks what they're having for dinner on Saturday night.
All right. I'm gonna jump in here.
Please. I know you. The moment I saw this scene, I was like, I know she has thoughts.
I do, because I didn't know it was, again, I as a viewer, I didn't know what was happening. I was like, I was doing the math in my head. I was like, wait, when did this air? Was this February? Was this around February? It had to have been, right? And then I was like, is this her birthday? Is that? And I was like, why is she asking dinner? And I was like, oh, this is the birthday. This is the one. And then I realized what episode I was watching. And I was like, holy, I just have this scene. I think this was one of the scenes that took so long as the scene, like to film, because was it all 5 of us? Or was it just me?
No.
I think it might have been just
you
and Patty.
Okay, just
right?
kidding. Yeah. Well, it took forever for some reason.
So in class, Mike's at school trying to teach the word "the" to a child, and he perks up with delight when the teacher tells him that Brick won the school-wide spelling bee. I have a question for you, Eden. Was the set for the elementary school the same as the set for the high school and the middle school? Did you all use the same thing?
No, the classrooms were interchangeable, I think.
Okay.
The hallways
that makes sense.
Were different, though, I think. I don't know. The ranch doesn't exist anymore. God, I was watching Agatha all along, and I started crying because they shoot it on the ranch.
All gone.
It's all gone. And all I could think about was, I was just like, that's my house. That's my childhood house. They've dressed up. It doesn't exist anymore. So now, this has nothing to do with the episode, but I'm really trying to visualize where those school sets were, and I'm just like,
because there was the soundstage that had the house.
My home is gone.
Yeah.
And then the one next to it, at least had the high school, and I couldn't remember if that was the one that was also used for the elementary school. I can't not remember for the life of me.
I can't imagine that they didn't reuse. This is a great question for Randy, actually.
Yeah.
Can I just say how shocked I was also from like having watched the middle and then actually obviously filming the pilot, realizing that it was actually on a lot? Because in my mind, it was always actually on location because it's always beautifully set up. I feel like most of the times in TV, you can tell when something is like, okay, this is probably something that's like on set. Okay, this is probably something that's on location. But to find out that it was the opposite was kind of mind-blowing. So even hearing you say that still kind of blows my mind a little bit, because that scene looked like that could have just been a regular school that you guys just had for the day.
Yeah, totally. No, they did a really good. They did a good job. They did a good job because we had to because we weren't allowed to leave the ranch.
That's right.
Oh,
You could never leave the ranch.
I will say I did. It made me chuckle. It made me chuckle with the like subtle. They didn't really call it out, but it just was the like reveal of Brick putting down his book and having that big book underneath.
So funny.
Just like
so funny.
Yeah, I thought that was very. Reminds me a little of my kids with other kids sometimes.
Just doing their own thing.
Not that, like, well, yeah, yes, because like my kids have. I talk about them a lot. They've got their own challenges and struggles in life, but they are so smart.
I believe
they're really smart, and I really try not to compare them to other kids ever because there's a lot of things that there's a lot of things that they can't do that other kids can. Just don't compare your kids to other kids ever. Piece of advice ever. However, it is undeniable when I'm like, oh, I'm having like I'll be around another 3-year-old and they're like saying a few words or like communicating like ow or like and then mine's like, mommy, I feel overwhelmed. I will be mad if that child comes over to me. Mommy, I need personal space, blocking space. I'm going to block to not be overwhelmed.
That's hilarious. Okay. Taking the phrase "use your words" to a whole new level.
New level.
Okay, so now we're back. We're back in the episode. Frankie and Sue are talking. Sue asks for a sleepover, and Frankie tells Sue a sleepover is not a good idea. Again, tragic. Sue gives the biggest, most obvious wink in the history of network television. Which, by the way, did they not establish that Sue can't? I thought Sue couldn't wink. Did they just retcon that whole thing?
Has that been established yet? I don't think it has.
I mean, clearly not because I definitely winked, but I'm pretty sure there's an episode where I like can't wink.
I actually remember that. That's actually really funny. I do remember. Yes, that's hilarious.
Right?
You're so right about that, actually.
Right?
Yeah, that's
sitcom.
Wow.
They just do whatever
probably
they
was
want.
like later on though to Bronxville. Yeah,
It is. Also, it's okay. I am going to spoil it. It's her birthday. However, it must have been around February. But did they not? This was not the year that they established her birthday's on a leap year, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
But it is right around that time based on our air date.
Yeah. Okay. So they knew. They just didn't have it. They couldn't shoehorn it in. So he gave a big ol' wink, and Mike is pumped when he tells Frankie that a thing Brick is good at and a thing they give trophies for finally align. Because why wouldn't he be?
And Neil played that so well also. Rewatching it, I was like, he really plays like the father's like, yes, fine. Like it was just kind of, even though it wasn't so overt, I thought that it played so well. It's hilarious.
Yeah. I liked that. Because that's the thing, is that just like with my own kids who are like, why can't you just pull down your pants, please? It's like, well, there are other things. It's not like they're completely inept. And so it was nice to see that, like, oh yeah, Brick is absolutely he's not just like he's not a fool. It was nice to see Mike and Brick have a story where Mike's not just like rolling his eyes.
Doing that? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mike coaches Brick for the next week. Difficult word after difficult word, and Brick clinches the Orson County B and is headed to regionals in Chicago. And this is where my heart started breaking.
Oh, yeah.
The moment that I realized that the episode was heading to Chicago, I was like, this is insane.
I know. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Wow, this is a big Chicago episode.
Big Chicago.
Wow. Wow.
Watching that scene where he's out on the lawn coaching Brick, all I could think of is those early... I know that was like a 7 a.m. call time, and that's the first thing that they shot outside. You can tell from the lighting a little bit, too. But I always remember those outside shots were always the first of the day. And I just know that that's one of those they're early mornings. It's the first one there, and it's freezing because it would have been like December or January when you guys filmed this.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was definitely probably cold. I wasn't there. Not me.
When Mike, Frankie, and Brick come home, they see a deflated Sue who reminds them it was her birthday. And as a way to make it up, Frankie tells Sue she can be in charge of the whole Chicago trip.
Your brother won. Brick Heck, future champ, is heading for regionals. which are inevitably followed by other moments.
Happy birthday to me. I remember blowing out that candle so many times. They were, of course, we've talked about it before, about how like specific everything is, specific in comedy everything is, how specific, rightfully so, Eileen and Deanne were. I just remember having to blow out that candle. I don't know, I was like, this should not be complicated. And I don't remember what I was doing. I don't think it was like me, but doing it wrong. I don't know how you blow out a candle wrong, but like it had to be, because I remember it had to be forceful enough to blow out the candle, but it couldn't be like aggressive. So it had to be like a.
I don't even remember, and I just watched this episode. I remember you blowing out the candle from that scene.
I don't remember the candle either. And now I'm going to go back and rewatch that because what you just described sounds stressful.
I'm wondering, Eden. I'm wondering because I don't think I saw it. There was cake and there was a candle. I wonder if it got cut.
It didn't happen? It might not have happened.
I did not.
I'm sure it happened. I'm sure it just got cut.
Man, I'm sorry about that. Not everything makes it to the final. You know what I'm saying?
That is so fun. Yeah. Wait, now I really want to go back. Like, it's so funny. We were supposed to have like just watched this, and we did. I only watched this like 12 hours ago.
There was a very specific. Remember the one where we watched The Rush, and you were like holding that candle during the the ceremony? That had a very specific kind of whisper where you're like. And it blew out when you weren't supposed to like blow out your candle. That had a very specific specific
that
blow.
Was also, but by that time I was a pro.
Absolutely.
That's a special skill
at
on
method
my resume.
Blowing out candles.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember the balloon where you released it and it like shot towards the family? Was that real or was that special effects? Because that was so perfectly shot towards them that I was like, I wonder if they did that in post or if that was just a perfect balloon.
No, that was 100% real. And is that what I'm thinking of?
That is so funny.
There was something that was like really, really. I had to be holding it, and make it look. Maybe did I just contrive an entire fake memory about having to blow up? Maybe I had to blow out the candle. They're like, this isn't working. Let's do a balloon deflating. But also, I had to make it look like you're not supposed to notice the balloon really even being there. It's supposed to look like I'm holding it, so that like the reveal of. I'm just holding it in it because I was holding it the whole time.
Yeah.
Shoot!
That's really crazy.
There was no candle?
Well, I'm wondering because there was a candle and it wasn't a slice of cake, but it was not lit. So I'm wondering if you did have to blow it out when they walked in and they just cut that moment. I'm guessing you're right. Right. They just probably trimmed.
You just
for time,
had the memory
just
of
like
what
they trimmed
actually
Bob.
happened.
Just like they trimmed Bob.
This is your Mandela effect. This is insane.
Yeah.
Yes. This is my own personal Mandela
Half of the
effect.
population believes there was a lit candle. The other population. When I watched that episode, there was a lit candle. I saw it.
Eden, take us to the next plot point so we can see what other memories you can make up.
Oh, this is me, right?
You're funny, man. That was shady.
Oh, right. Wait, no. Well, okay. So, Deflated Sue, who either had a candle or didn't have a candle, and had a deflated balloon. And then Frankie, guilt-ridden, tells Sue she can be in charge of the whole Chicago trip. Okay, so now here's when like I feel like the real episode we're going. We're on the and Charlie's finally here.
Yeah.
Finally arrived.
Which the entire time I was thinking, where is he? And then he finally kind of ends up being in the car, and it was great.
Yeah. I don't know where they were just like, we don't have a reason for him to be in any of these other scenes, but he is going to be in this scene. We're doing a classic heck car family scene. And Sue is annoying the whole family, mainly Axel, with all her myriad birthday requests, sitting by the window and singing. Oh my God. Also, did you guys know that song? Had you guys heard of the song that she was like...
Did you have to learn that? Did you know it?
I had never... Had you... No. I remember it brought back memories of like... I think Patty was like, you don't know this song? You don't know this song? Oh my God. Oh. And I was like, there's no way that I know. I did have to learn the song. And then rewatching it, I was like, what is this song?
That's so funny.
Ola Kikia, Ola Cuckoo, whoosh. Ola Kikia, Ola Cuckoo, whoosh.
And it had a whole choreography section to it as well.
Yeah, the whole thing. Had
That's
a whole
so
thing.
funny.
So I wanted to see if it was a me thing or
No, it's
if it
not.
was. All right.
I actually just had this thought. Quick side note, literally probably about a week ago, there are a medley of like crowd songs, I call them, like "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," that are just lost, that we do not sing as a society anymore. And I think that this show features two of them. I was just thinking about that. Then I thought about it again when I was rewatching the episode. Like, this is insane.
And then Brick says he's hungry, and we have. Oh my god, it is! Oh my god, we have the premiere, our first ever appearance of the infamous, the always forgotten blue bag.
I'm hungry.
Rick's hungry. What snack did you pack?
I've got pretzels, candy corn, cheese, corn, kettle corn, Girl Scout cookies, and frosting for dipping. It's all in the blue bag.
You forgot the blue bag?
I didn't know it was this episode, and my mouth went up when it was, because
Yeah,
it came
mine too.
quick. It came out of nowhere.
You did. That was the first of many. You forgot the blue bag.
It was timed perfectly.
And I do have to say that, again, little like just behind the scenes things we did when you do your own personal coverage, because they do a lot of angles. It's like that shot, obviously, I don't know, maybe this is another Mandela thing. I believe that shot aired, the one that made it to air was all of us saying it, like all of us in the wide, because obviously that if we have a group line, you should see all of us, but we still have to run the whole scene in all these other angles. And when it's just you, like say it's a single on me, because when everyone you see you within the scene, you're going to see individual shots. For sound, when there's a group line, you say it without the other people. They either mouth it, or if they don't, they just stay. Usually it's just everyone just like sitting inside, like a robot while you say your line. And I remember for this one, it was so awkward hearing, like, we ran the scene in the wide, like, you forgot the blue bag. And then when it got to me, it was like I was saying it in this rhythm that we were all doing it, but it really was just me or just Charlie or just Atticus going, you forgot the blue bag.
Classic.
And those car scenes too, you guys did them all the time. I only had a handful of them, but they're uncomfortable because especially if you're sitting in the back and the window you have to like position it in such a way, and there's lightings like behind like the head seat, the headrests, and there's just so many moving parts where they're moving lights to make it look like the other cars are passing you. It's the most uncomfortable scenes to shoot.
Well, you also
especially
have
if
to
you're in the back.
scooch in. You have to scooch in, so close, because you we want to try to see in the 3 shot, especially we want to try to see everyone. So we're all like, you're trying to make it look natural, but like shoulder to shoulder, to like everyone just like way more together than any person would naturally ever be in a car.
Exactly.
So yeah.
But climbing into it, trying not to like knock over lights and wires and all this kind of stuff in an already cramped space is harder than you'd think.
Yeah, we all just stayed in the car in between setups. We always were just like, they're like, would you want to relax? Like, no, it's not relaxing. It takes us 5 minutes to get out of the car, 5 minutes to get back in. We're going to have 2 minutes to sit in our chair. No, we're good.
Let's keep it rolling.
Just keep it rolling. Yeah.
Keep it rolling. After pit stops at the Bicentennial Diner in the 8th wonder of Muncie, a.k.a. the world's largest oak tree stump, which was hilarious, by the way, the Hex arrived at the motel with an unflushed poop, crumbling walls, and a non-working TV.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, I'm going to also another Mandela thing, I guess, because I was like, oh my God, this is the poo. This is the poo episode. This is the like, there's a poo. So I'm going to just say what I remember. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to say the line. And I would have gone to my grave. Like, gun to my head, I would have been like, oh no, the line is, there's a poo in the toilet. No, it is poop.
Oh, well, see, it's not so bad. There's a TV, and the bathroom is... Ah! There's poop in the toilet.
It is poop.
Oh, you did put the P on the end?
Whatever it was the opposite of what I remembered doing. And I was like, oh my God, I couldn't. So now I'm so confused. I'm even more confused than when we started.
That set looked great, though. That set, was that built? Do you remember that? Was that built in one of the houses on the back lot, or was that built in like a soundstage?
No. That was on a soundstage. It was disgusting. and they were like,
looked...
it's fake. Like, it's fake dirt. Don't worry. And I was like, I don't care. I'm not sitting on this. Is disgusting.
That's wild. That's good work.
They did a great job.
Yeah.
All right. So that night, Sue sobs, which made me laugh. That just like silence into... So funny. And Mike and Frankie fight about who the spelling bee was actually for. Poor thing.
I also really do like so Mike, so Neil just being like, stop that. Stop crying. Stop it.
Yeah, that's actually when they're like, Sue, I can... Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the reveal that you got, that they can actually hear them talking on the ground. That was very funny as well. And then everyone was like, we can hear you. I can hear you. We can hear you. I can hear you.
That made me laugh. That really actually made me laugh. That was funny. A great... That was like, they can hear you. Everyone can hear you.
It's an 8x8 room. Of course they could hear you.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yes. Okay, so now we're here. The next morning. It's the bee, and Mike apologizes to Sue with donut holes. Very sweet moment. And Mike realizes that Frankie was actually right. Brick doesn't actually care about winning the bee. This was all for him. But I love this. Instead of softening and instead of it going to the like, da-na-na, whatever, the like, everything's okay, we're like, everything's great, nothing matters, like, we all have each other, music. I love this. Mike is like, we got an advantage. That's our edge.
He doubles down. That's what he does.
During the competition, Brick knocks out his competition one by one until it's just him versus Sanji. And when Brick is given the word chiaroscuro, you guys got it at home. Brick knows it.
You remember it. You remember.
You know it. You know it. He spells it perfectly until his whisper tick screws him over. When the family tries to explain to the judge, Brick slams the microphone to the floor. Can I just say, I loved every single second of that scene. Because the final was such a great way to use his character Tick. And it's what makes Brick. And it's so funny. It's what also why he ends up losing the competition also, but it's perfectly what his character would probably do in that moment. It's really
absolutely.
It's really fun.
Also, the biggest laugh, Sanjeet, when he's... Have you ever seen some of these kids? Have you ever watched a spelling bee when it's on TV? Some of these kids will like handwrite it. And so when he's up and he's writing it in the air and then his eyes roll into the back of his head and he like has an exorcism and then he pops back to it and spells, that gave me one of the biggest laughs of the episode. That made me giggle.
It was really funny. It reminded me of Aquila and the Bee when she taps also.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like the thing that they use in Lawrence Fishburne being like, you got to find your thing.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you're so right about that, Brock. That was genius. That was funny.
I'll bet you that was also a very long day. Confirm or deny?
I'm pretty sure it was. Sure it was. But the truth is, like, with those types of scenes, they also, like, they're very, because it has the risk of being so long, they're like very systematic about how they use their time and how they use, like, you only are going to use all of those extras for like one shot, and then like, you got the shot, we don't, and then like, I can't even, they might have even done the reverse of like, okay, if we need heads, like we need to see heads in chairs, we're going to shoot the back like that big wide, and then we're like done, and then we're going to turn around and we're not going to need, even if they have to do a double turnaround, it's going to save more time if they can wrap all these extras. And then they just punch in on us, you know, in the audience, and like, you only need like 5 extras
couple of them.
To fill up that space.
You know,
and knowing that
sure
it was Ken who directed it, I'm sure knowing Ken, and he's always just like so calm and steady at the wheel, knows exactly what he needs, I'm sure.
Yeah. I don't think it could have been too long though, because there were a lot of kids.
Sure, up on the stage.
Like, they have kid hours, so I don't know. I don't think I had any lines. So I was like, I don't care. I'm just chilling. I'm gonna drink my iced coffee, have an inside joke with Charlie, and sit in the audience.
God, and they say actors don't work hard.
We do. You know how hard it is to get someone your coffee order? They mess it up, and you're like, ah. I did vocal warm-ups for this.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's funny. On the car ride home, Brick says he really just wanted to go to DC because he had so much fun on the trip. And the family arrives home back in good spirits. Mm-hmm. And did you see Charlie kiss the literal concrete when he got out of the car?
Oh my God, no, I didn't.
He gets out of the car, and I'm guessing he didn't actually touch lips to cement, but I had to pause it and look, and he gets down on the ground and like kisses the sidewalk.
Oh, that's
God, Charlie is so funny. It makes me angry.
That's hysterical.
In those, and you know what that was too. After talking to Ken, it was a crane shot of the voiceover as they're getting out of the car, and I was like, "There's Ken. There he is. There's his signature." But like during those moments, especially when Patty has those long voiceovers, it's fun to like go and watch each individual person because each person is doing something very funny.
Yeah,
it's always the case.
I will say I did like the trash just piling out of the car, just like falling out.
Yeah, it was a funny touch.
That is my car.
Really silly.
You cannot see the bottom. I'm not kidding. You literally cannot see the bottom of the back seat of the like floor.
Aaron, this podcast has become Eden's realization that she is turning into Frankie Heck. That's all this podcast is. It's just like seeing episode. She goes, "That's me now."
It's really, really, really upsetting. It's really upsetting to watch.
Oh, I love it. Well, Aaron, thank you for recapping this with us. Now we have more work for you. Just one final thing before we let you go out into the world.
Can we just do this for the rest of the day? I would love to stay here for the rest of the day.
Yes.
This has been amazing.
Well, please come back. We're not done with it yet. We're not done.
Oh, I will definitely come back. I'm just saying. We can extend this out longer. It's all I'm trying to. Mm-hmm.
So, Aaron, this is actually perfect because we had the first reveal of the blue bag grab, and now we have your blue bag grab. Eden, take it away.
Okay, so the blue bag grab, it's very simple. We're just going to grab some questions out of the famous blue bag, and you are going to answer them to the best of your ability.
Okay.
If you don't get them, guess what? Doesn't matter. None of this matters.
But you do need at least 4 out of 5 correct to return to the podcast, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. The stakes are high. Let's go.
All right, here we go. 4 out of 5. That's a tall order, Brock.
Well, Aaron can handle it. Aaron's a big boy.
Another thing this podcast is Brock making rules and me being like, nah.
It's
like,
also
okay,
just us
great.
bullying the guests with harder and harder questions. It's so fun.
It's so fun.
It's just my form of bullying.
Okay, so Aaron, at the top of the show, when I introduced you, I said you played our bellhop in Susu in the city. And there was a note. I don't know if you saw this in your template, but there was in big bold letters, there was a note for me that said, do not say the name. Do not say his name, the character's name. And I was like, why? What is happening? And then Brock was like, because, Aaron, question 1. You played the bellhop at the Seville, the hotel Sue went to work for in the spinoff. Yes. What was your character's name?
Otis.
Yeah, that was
good. Good.
How could I ever forget that? How could I ever forget that?
Good. All right. You just need 3 more to return. Okay. So from this episode, Aaron.
Yes.
Mike brings Sue donut holes to say sorry. Again, very sweet. But she says that that's actually Brick's favorite breakfast. What did Sue say was her favorite breakfast?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know. I'm gonna guess, but it's a thing that's said later.
Is
I'm
it?
gonna say, I don't know. It's probably not. I'm gonna say pancakes. I think I'm wrong about this though.
Close, very close.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, French toast?
Go again. What's the third option?
Waffles.
That's it. Ding, 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 ding.
That's it, Aaron.
Yes.
Got it. 2 for 2.
There we go. I was thinking about later in the episode when Brick says that Sue knows about this pancake spot where they make
make in front of you.
So I was like, maybe it is pancakes. But yeah.
Yes.
Anyways.
Right. I love seeing that beautiful brain of yours in action, Aaron. It's great.
My big boy.
Okay, I really like this question. This next one, it's a rapid fire one. There are no wrong answers. Okay. And I want to see if our answers actually align. So, rapid fire, best city to do stand-up in?
Ooh, New York.
Interesting.
You're going to say Chicago?
Wait, say it again?
Were you going to say Chicago?
I was!
Yeah. I love Chicago. I love Chicago. I just recently finally experienced New York this year. And I'm like, oh no, this is Amazing. I like the creativity of Chicago. I like the frequency of shows in New York.
Sure. Where do you play in New York?
In New York, me and Luke Knoll sold out. What is it called? We
Union
sold out
Stage?
this venue in Union Hall. Union Hall. It was amazing.
Right,
Yeah.
Union Stage is in DC. Union Hall.
Yeah. Union Hall.
Yes, you did. Was it good there? This is I don't know. This isn't relevant to anyone. It's a nice place.
It's so much fun, especially when it's packed. So it was like a packed house. And I guess it's like the SNL bar where a lot of them come after they shoot. And
Yeah.
so it was that was great. That was such an awesome experience. And then it did a few other like indie shows, but I just liked the crowds also just mixed with how much I was able to get on. That was awesome. But I love Chicago. Chicago will always have my heart.
I felt like I was going to be like pandering a little. I didn't want you to think I was pandering, but truly,
No.
I went to like 35 cities, and
That's amazing.
hands down, I did 4 shows in Chicago, and it was just those were the best crowds. They were the
Where'd you
best
play again?
crowds. The Den.
Ah, that's awesome. And I love
know.
Wicker Park too. I love the Den. Such a great space.
Such a great space. This such a
Also
yes.
where Gerard Carmichael filmed a lot of his the
Oh,
show
his
that
special?
he has. Well, no, the reality show he has.
Oh,
He
on
filmed
Max.
All of those opening clips at the Den Theater also. The Den Theater is like one of the spots. They're in Lincoln Lodge. It's awesome.
Yeah, it really. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think Lincoln Lodge got back to me.
Oh, it's okay though. They're missing that.
Who cares?
You're awesome.
The Den was so much. I will
love
go
the
to my
Den.
grave. The Den was incredible. But New York, yeah, wow, great answer. So it's 3 for 3. 3 for 3 so
3
far.
for 3. Okay, Aaron. Now,
Okay.
as I just said, this contradicts what I just said. I'm not bullying you. I promise, because I made Eden do this earlier in the episode. Okay. One of the words Brick was given to spell at the Bee in Chicago was ecclesiastic. Spell ecclesiastic.
Oh my gosh. I did trivia night one time with Eden, and this is giving me flashbacks to that.
Who was good at trivia? Were you both good?
Eden is. I'm horrible. All right, let's try.
I went every week.
Okay, let's try this out. Ecclesiastic. I'm gonna spell this horrible. A.
Start over. Close. It is in fact a vowel.
Yes.
E.
Keep going.
All right. C.
Uh-huh.
L.
Double.
Start over.
No. Double the order. Double that C order.
Yeah.
Give me.
Wait, double the order. E.
Give me 2 C's.
No.
E. C. C.
Keep going.
There's that brain.
L. E. Z. ASTIC.
Yes.
I'll say close
Wait.
enough.
Ding, ding, ding. Good enough. Yeah.
Good enough. Good enough.
Okay, and this last question, because you already got 4, so it doesn't even matter. This is gravy.
No.
Doesn't matter. I'm
Yeah.
coming back, guys. I'm coming back.
How old did Sue turn in this episode?
Oh. Sue turned. It's either 13 or 14.
They do say both of those numbers. I'll give you that.
I'm gonna say 14.
5 for 5.
Boom.
You got 100%. 100%.
They said it wasn't possible.
They said it could not be done.
They said it couldn't be done.
So proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
You guys, awesome. And thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. I really respect and I think so highly of both of you. And yeah, just much success for the future and congrats on the podcast and everything else. I am just.
You're the best, Aaron. Thank you so much for being
You guys are
here.
so
We can't
awesome.
wait to have you back.
Yeah, we love you.
I love you guys too.
Ooh, that Aaron Branch. What a find. I'm so glad to have him in my life. Wonderful, wonderful guy.
I'm always so happy. Every time after I talk to him, I'm just like, I believe like I'm a little less depressed. I'm just like a little less anxious about this.
I also didn't realize how much you guys stayed in touch. I know you guys like communicated, but I didn't realize you like brought him in to help workshop your show and do all this stuff. I love that.
Yeah, no, I was like, he's such a good person that every so often we would just text each other. I would text and be like, hey, Want to hang out? Like, can I come see your weird artist compound you're living on? And then after I had kids, he was like, I want to bring you some food. And then, yeah, I had him give me notes on my show because he understands live comedy so well. He's great. I'm so happy that he wants to be in my life.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so Eden, we got a DM from Instagram, and this is from Amy. Amy, she started out all caps, about 8 exclamation points. Please read. I love you guys, and I heard you wanted questions. Well, Amy, here you go, honey. It says, hi, Brock and Eden. Just wanted to start out with, I love you so much. I have watched The Middle since it came out. It's my comfort just as much as homemade mac and cheese next to a warm fire during Christmas time. Ooh, that is specific, and I love that feeling. The past 5 summers, I have rewatched The Middle, and I listen to the Middling podcast every Wednesday on my way to work, and you two make me crack up. I love listening to you talk. Thank you. We like to talk.
God, us too.
Yeah. Now, here's my question. I'm glad she actually asked this because we didn't talk about this when she was on. You had the actress who played Carly, Blaine Saunders, on the podcast, but you didn't address the fact that she apparently becomes a teen mom. If you go back to the New Year's Eve episode, which is season 9, you can hear Frankie tell her how hard it is to find a babysitter. I feel like this should be talked about on the podcast. Thanks so much for reading. And if you happen to ask this question on the podcast, and I hope you do, feel free to use my name, Amy Larson. I love you in the middle.
Oh my God, we love you, Amy Larson.
We do.
I completely forgot about that. That's right. I have nothing to say about it except for I forgot that's right. They did that.
I think it's because like in season 9, I think Eileen and Dan were really good about bringing faces back to the show for an episode. Like they brought back the cheerleaders for the 200th episode. Remember that they brought back Natalie and Brittany, and the New Year's party felt like a perfect time to bring back, someone like Carly. But I'm guessing that line from Frankie, just so that like we had some sort of anchor as to why is she here, why now, all of a sudden. I'm guessing it was as simple as that, just to give some sort of justification of why she was gone for, a couple seasons. And they did it in a way that to me feels Indiana and feels like Blaine was saying, the girl was boy crazy. I mean, let's just call it how it is. Yeah. She loved a boy. She loved to make out. She loved Sue walking in on her making out. I mean, that was just her thing. So.
That's the funniest read on that scene. That's the start of Carly being a, what is it, like exhibitionist or whatever.
Right. But I'm guessing I'm guessing that they just threw that line in there as a way to justify her there, because they were like, it's the final season. We got to bring back all our heavy hitters for the final season, at least, for an episode. Yeah,
it was funny, and it wasn't like, so far as I can remember, it wasn't like making fun of her or any. It was just yep, that's what happened.
That's what happened. Well, Eden, we've been recording for about 8.5 years. It's time to go.
We have. The light has changed. If you're watching this, you can see just like the back and forth, the like weird triangle on my forehead. This is clearly like nature's way of being like, turn off your camera. You're done.
Wrap it up. So just a couple of reminders, patreon.com/middlingpod. If you're part of the Ehlert's exclusive or you want to join, we'll see you Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific and 5 p.m. Eastern. Middling Pod on all socials.
DM us your questions. If you want to be you want to be on here like Amy Larson, please just message. We'll probably read it.
Yeah. All right, Eden. I love you.
I love you so much, Brock.